All right, we're going to bring up Reclaim Your Throne and we're going to react to some women crying on the internet. My favorite thing to do. What up, Reclaim?
What up? What up?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. What about yourself?
I'm good. So what are your thoughts on the Bobby Althoff situation? I kind of started going through them, just her leaving her husband and whatnot. What are
Right.
what are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, it's just another tale of the same old thing that we're seeing in modern women. We've been sold a lie that women are the ones who are mature and they're ready to commit and they're ready to get married at a young age. But that's just not true. I mean, as you can see in Bobby Althoff's situation, she got married young, she had children, and she actually went viral for saying, that she was going to spend all of her husband's money and she doesn't care because he needs to make more. So now she's crying online after showing off her new man because everybody's going at her and calling her ran through because she left her husband, who, for all intents and purposes, was a good guy, at least on paper. And he hasn't come out in the media or anything to try and get his get back or tell intimate details about their relationship. So it seems like he was a good guy. He's what all of these modern women would ask for, right? He's a tall guy. He works hard, good character. He
I'd say
didn't
he's
throw.
conventionally attractive too. Like if you
Yeah,
take
yeah.
10 men, I'd say he's like better looking than most.
Exactly. So, I mean, she had it made and she gave it all away in order to get passed around by rappers and athletes. And the reason why this resonates so deeply with internet users and whatnot, obviously, the racial dynamics play a huge part in it as well. Because I guess, initially she was dealing with the white guy, and then, later down in the relationship, she realizes that, she was more interested in black men or men in entertainment. So the switch up, the bait and switch is real, and it's something that a lot of guys need to be aware of. And everybody thinks it can't happen to them and it'll never happen to me. And I'm a good guy, and I'm not going to be verbally abusive, and I'm going to treat her like a queen and treat her like a lady. And as you can see, that actually doesn't work.
Yeah, I bet that she was um probably dabbling in the dark a little bit before, and now she's just going back. That would be, I mean, I've seen that a lot,
Yeah,
go white for the kids. You want kids to look like you, they go back.
yeah, yeah. Not for sure, for sure. And the funny thing is you have a lot of guys who think this can't be them.
Oh, yeah.
But the reality is, modern women want to have their fun, and they're seeing the experiences that other women are affording. Whether it's by guys tricking on them, or whatever, maybe they're even making it on their own, doing something on the side to get money to live this quote unquote Instagram lifestyle that they're seeing online. And I don't know if you played the video yet.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, I mean, she's definitely feeling the pressure from the online users who are getting at her.
Yeah, we're gonna no, I saved the video to react with you. I was just curious on your thoughts so far. I'm milking this. We're gonna save it till the end.
Bet, bet.
Um, okay, why do you think men have such big egos where they think it'll never happen to them? I see this a lot with Christian guys. Like I was just on a Catholic stream and they're very like confident because their wives maybe had like 6 kids and haven't done it yet, but you don't really know until the youngest kid's like what, 5 to 7.
Hmm.
So, and she has to have as many kids as she wants. So if she wants, like, some women just want 5 kids or they want a lot of kids, but you don't know if she'll stay traditional after. Why do you think men have such big, like, egos when it comes to this where they think it could never happen to them?
Well, I think that it's because every guy, we all know that women, they want to see themselves as special and whatnot, but guys want to see themselves as special as well. And even a guy who hasn't gotten a lot of play, hasn't had a lot of success with women, he still thinks that he is special. He still thinks that he is a catch. And there's delusion within the male space just as much as there is in the women's space. And it's not, the only difference is it's not based off of looks, right? A woman will be deluded by, oh, I actually look better than I actually am. But a man thinks that he's a better man overall than he actually is, or how he is received or perceived in the sexual marketplace. So the reason why they get so arrogant and they get so deluded by the fact that this, or they'll say this can't happen to them, it's because they have their own personal delusions within themselves, and they think that they're mightier than the game. But at the end of the day, the game is the game, and the game is always going to win. And every guy who I know who thinks this can't happen to him is a guy who doesn't have experience with women, because any man who's dealt with a lot of women knows no matter what you do, you're going to lose some. She could be the baddest chick and you could think you're the baddest, hottest thing. But at the end of the day, some women are not meant to be in long term relationships. Some women are not meant to settle down when you think that they should settle down, right? They want
Mm.
to settle down on their own time. But at that point, we don't think that they should be able to settle down, whatnot, because they wasted their youth. Well, it's the same for women, right? They see a man at their age, young, especially if she's between the age of 18 and 25, and she sees him as unaccomplished. So she might have him as a starter boyfriend and deal with him, in college or in this transition period of their lives. But at the end of the day, she's looking for bigger and better things. And if she doesn't see you reach your ceiling by a certain amount of time, she's gonna get the stepping. And nowadays, women are a lot more eager to move on, because there's just a plethora of men out there who say that they're willing to do these special things for these women, but in reality, they're just trying to get a means to an end, which is to clap the cheeks.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's watch her cry on the internet, my favorite thing to do. Okay. All right.
A month from now and be
I would
like,
hear.
no. Okay, I hate to make a video like this because it's embarrassing, and I know that I'm gonna see this a month from now and be like, why did you post that? And also posting this shows that I care, and I know some people.
Do you think she actually cares or it's performative?
No, she definitely cares. It's definitely getting to her. I think women want to be liked. So she is getting all this online criticism. And, you know, now the tide is turning. At first, she was okay with humiliating her husband because women were on her side, right?
Mm.
When she did make that first video that got her viral, that she made, is saying her husband needs to make more and she's going to keep spending his card, and she ran up 30,000 on the credit card, and you just need to make more. That resonated with women, and they were all in support. They're like, yeah, his money is our money, my money is my money, and you go, girl, spend his credit card. He needs to make more. Men used to go to war. Men used to run Fortune 500 companies and all this bullshit, right? But now the women are even turning on her. So now she's being criticized by men and women, and it's just too much for her. Women are not meant to be criticized on this large of a scale publicly, and just be okay and come out unscathed, and come out with all of their mental faculties. I mean, this, I believe, if this relationship doesn't work out, she'll probably continue to bounce from guy to guy, but her mental state will be forever, it will be forever destroyed. And obviously, I've been seeing podcasts where I think she was talking to Kevin Durant a couple weeks ago, and she was saying, "Oh, well, you should still believe in love." And he was like, "Yeah, nah, no woman's gonna really love me for me." Kevin Durant, he's a red pill
Mm.
basketball player, so he already knows the game, and he knows she gonna be chasing for the bag. So he's chosen to stay single and childless. But Bobby, she still has that idealistic viewpoint of love. So she still believes in love, and she still thinks she can make it work, and she still thinks that somebody's gonna end up, wifing the single mother. But what she doesn't understand is, for one, she has clout too now. Even though she may not be the most famous or whatever, she's not talented at all. She doesn't really have any talents. But for some reason, she's getting pushed on the algorithm. And I think the push is to set an example or set a precedent that, yeah, this is an option for you modern women. Leave your husband, modern women. Go
Yeah.
get passed around by rappers
Like,
and ballers. That's why
it's like
she's
the typical average woman dating men out of their league. It's like Taylor
exactly.
Swift, trying to think of another one that women Call Her Daddy's another one.
Mhm.
It's just like average women getting above average results, and you
Yeah.
can do it too. What do you think is the highest she can get now? Like, what do you think? Because I don't think this is her end goal. I couldn't even find who this guy was. I know they're saying he's like a failed, NFL player. I don't
Mm.
I don't know if that's true. I couldn't find it, but, um, it doesn't seem like this is who she wants to land on to me. What do you think she's, like, aiming for?
I think I genuinely think she's aimless. I don't think she has a plan. I don't think she's put together any. Um, I think most of her requirements on dating is feelings. Does he look good? Does he make me feel good? It's not a. She's no longer requiring financials from men because she
Yeah,
has her own financials, and the men who earn the same level as her, they're not going to deal with her publicly. They might smash in the background like Drake did, but they're not going to deal with her on a public basis. It'll just be known in the industry that, oh yeah, this dude hit, that dude hit this. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think she really has a goal. I think she has a type for sure: skinny, light skin, curly hair, tall. I think that's her like type of what she wants to be with, because she was with an NBA player before, who kind of looked exactly like this dude right here. So I definitely think that is her type. But as far as like a financial goal, or where the man needs to be in his life, I think she's probably hitting toward like D-list, uh, you know, E-list celebrity type guys, guys who maybe spent some time in the league, or maybe guys who have a startup rap career, something like that. Somebody that is going to be attainable for her, and is going to actually show their face with her. And the reason why these guys are showing their faces with her is because it benefits them. I
yeah,
mean, like you said, we don't know who this guy is, but us seeing his face, and us, being introduced to him through her, this is going to it's going to raise this man's social status. It's going to raise his face card, and he's going to get a lot of ass from fucking with Bobby Althoff. Like,
yeah,
he's going to get residual women based off of pre-selection to come deal with him because she posted him online. That's why a lot of women will post their men and they'll be blanking their face out, or put a smiley face sticker on it, because they know how pre-selection works subconsciously, and they don't want that man to benefit from the pre-selection attraction theory.
yeah, yeah, I agree.
Feed off of saying hurtful things to like get a reaction. But today I posted a video of me and my boyfriend, and so many of the comments, every
Can you imagine if that's your mom? Oh, that's so embarrassing. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh. If my mom was doing this, I think I would kill oh my god.
yeah,
Mom's mom's crying on the internet again. Mom's hanging out with this rapper again. It's really sad because
yeah.
the poor kids are really like they're gonna be made fun of for this. There's no way they won't be. Especially
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know if she has boys or girls, but if she has boys, oh my god.
Yeah, I believe she does have boys, if I'm not mistaken, but she's got a few kids, but she's definitely cooked here because she's putting this digital footprint out there. And it's just so much ammunition for young kids, especially who are getting access to phones at a very young age, and they're understanding the dynamics. Like, there are kids who are, making fun of other kids, say, hey, your mom's on OnlyFans, and your mom's on Instagram, and I can see her butt crack. Like, they are going for the jugular. And I mean, in some ways it hasn't been it's never been as hard to be a young kid going to public school as it is today with the mothers that they have have been cursed with.
Yeah.
Honestly.
You're definitely right about women not wanting to settle down. You're totally right, like, I think more men wanna settle down than women.
Oh
And
yeah.
the red pill's kinda been on that for years, but it's finally, like, oh, going mainstream almost because they can't deny it anymore.
Yeah. And they're openly saying it now. We don't want no men. We don't need no men. Girl, use your party years, have your hot girl summer, have your fun. This is not rhetoric that men are spewing. This is the rhetoric that women are spewing. And the reality is, uh, every man experiences this. Like every man grows up and you have a crush, or maybe you even do have a girlfriend, and you want to push things to get serious. You want to create end goals with this person. And especially coming out of high school or coming out of college, that transition period is a make or break for relationships. And men are seeing that the women aren't willing to fight it out when we're in these transition periods. I mean, I myself, I've been through the same thing. Yeah, I had a high school sweetheart. You know what I'm saying? I was going to college. She was going to the military to pay for her college. She was going to be somewhere else. I was saying, hey, let's work it out. We can do this thing. Da da da. We can keep communication. We got telephones. We got FaceTime. We got this. We got that. And she chose not to keep it going. So I was like, wait, I thought women wanted to get married. I thought women wanted to be in
I
long term
know I know
relationships.
someone that ended an engagement over a thirst trap. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
He said, "Take the thirst trap down." She said, "No, I'm gonna
Yep.
end it because 'cause you're too controlling." I'm like,
Yep. Yep. And it's just like they want their cake and eat it too. They want to be able to be taken care of by a man in their personal life while also getting, completely glazed and obsessed over online. And that's why they're posting these thirst traps to entice men to lust after them. That's really what it is. There's no other reason to post these pictures other than to do that. So
"Yeah." Alright, let's see what else she
Single time I
says.
post him, which we've been together for a year, but without fail, every single time I post him, all of the comments are about how I'm ran through, and oh look, another one, or he probably doesn't know how ran through she is, or just mean things, and it's and
I just got no sympathy. I mean, this is the easiest, best job on the planet, and if you can't handle public criticism, then don't be in the limelight. I just got no sympathy.
yeah,
And
I
this is
agree.
this is what comes with the job if you can't handle it. I was saying earlier, look, uh, the internet's the internet. They're gonna say stuff about you. If you're not secure in yourself, it's just not the place for you. It's
Yeah.
not the place.
I mean, you need thick skin in order to. I mean, she's essentially commenting on other people's lives, and then her whole podcast is based. It's based off of having this nonchalant, abrasive, dismissive personality with rappers who usually don't give good interviews, and she's kind of like this antagonistic figure in the interview space, and she's satirical and all this type of stuff. So she's like a very aloof character when it comes to the podcasting space, and she tries to get clips on people. And I mean, it's not like she's funny or anything, but she tries to make people look dumb. At least that was initially what she was doing with like the resting bitch face attitude
Mm.
type girl podcaster, and she would try to make people look stupid in the clips. And it didn't go well, so she kind of switched up uh her style. But again, it's not how like she has any type
No.
of talent. I don't see how she even ended up getting the contacts or the connections to interview Drake in the bed and all this kind of stuff. And that's what really broke her relationship up. She was interviewing him in a bed. Like, who thought of that shit?
Yeah, well, but it's the female fan base because women like, influencers who are relatable, not talented, where men like influencers who are talented. So if
Right.
you get a female audience, I mean, like, look at Call Her Daddy, it's brain rot,
Yeah.
but she's worth a ton of money, and it's because you don't have to be talented to be a female influencer, you don't.
Yeah, I agree.
and if I post any video truly in general, the amount of hate comments I get um are just like unreal, and I think it's because I have a lot of men following me, and they just have so much to say. They have so many mean things to say, and as much as I wish that these comments didn't get to me, it's like I'm human, and if you got this many negative things said about you every day, it would get to you too. And I don't even know what the point of I don't want sympathy from people. I'm saying that.
I think she does want sympathy. So I'm not a detective here, but I do think you're going for the sympathy card, Chica.
Yeah,
Really
and
do.
she wants it to stop. And this is a signal for the white knights. And this is what causes a lot of divide in men's spaces. Because if you look at the comments, you're gonna see men who are like, "Oh, guys, lay off of her. Okay, y'all done did too much," and all this kind of stuff. But and then you'll also have guys saying, "Oh, well, that's what she gets. Oh, she is ran through," or you know what I'm saying? So you'll have the white knights come out, and you'll have the simps come out, and then you'll also have, the more red vitamin aware guys come out in the comment section, the black pill guys, the incel guys, and the MGTOW guys, and everybody will be in the comments, and you'll have half of them shaming her and half of them bigging her up, and that's where you get the, "Oh, she's not gonna fuck you, bro," comments, right? Because that's what she's looking for. She's looking for those comments that are going to uplift her and boost her self-esteem. And most likely she's going to get that from wherever she posted it. But when you go off and you go to other rounds of social media and other people are reposting it, then you're going to get more of a I would say, like, more of a one-sided comment section.
Yeah, and she wants validation that she's not cooked, but she's kinda cooked.
Yeah.
Somebody will do it though. I think somebody will do it. Somebody always does it. Do you agree or disagree?
um I it really just depends on her. It depends if she is willing to work within that man's frame, because, like, a lot, we do often say, "Oh, woman hit the wall, this, that, and third." But the women, all the time, they ultimately end up landing on their feet a lot of the times with somebody, with some simp. And yeah, he might be a simp, but she's gonna have to work within his frame, and she's gonna have to settle. So she might have to settle financially, she might have to settle physically, but it looks
Oh,
like
yeah.
she's more willing to settle financially than physically.
Yeah, I've been doing this too long. Someone always does it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Because I hope if you're one of the people who hate me, maybe you'll watch this and reconsider it.
That's crazy.
Recons
And maybe that's asking for too much. Maybe that's an impossible ask, but it's like,
It is impossible,
Yeah,
girl.
you opened up Pandora's box, honey. It's
Yeah.
over.
And you know what? It's just like, what do you guys expect? I got no sympathy. They cook me all the time on the internet. It's like, I got 0 sympathy. This is
Yeah.
part of the job. You either take it or you accept it or go and do
Delete your account.
something else. Yeah.
Delete your account. People will forget about you.
Yeah.
it's like as a people pleaser, having so many people be so mean to me online every day is so frustrating, and it's just, I wish I didn't care, but I've definitely stopped posting as much because all of my comments are just so mean. People are so mean to me on the internet, and it's like, what? Because they say I sleep with every guest, and it's like, literally, I do not, but you won't ever believe that. And maybe if I were ugly, you would not even say that. Because I tried to tell myself those.
Honey.
You are not hot enough to be
Right.
giving me, like, you're attacking me because 'cause I'm good looking. Like, what?
Right.
I'm
Right.
like, you're what, a 6? I'd say 6.
Come on. I mean, I give her a solid 5. I give her a solid 5. I mean, it's just like she's trying to make it seem like, oh, I'm a pretty girl and people are just trying to be mean to pretty girls to humble them. No, baby. Your self-esteem was here and it needs to be lowered to here. So that's why you're getting those types of comments because you came out the gate with a overinflated sense of, I mean, at the least, an overinflated sense of your attractiveness.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And you got 2 kids, so it's like you
Yeah.
really that's the worst thing when you have a single mom with a big ego, you know? Because single moms, I see them get wifed all the time, but you can't have this giant ego, at least in
Hmm.
the courting process. I mean, they'll switch up later, you know how it is.
Yeah.
But like, at least in the beginning, could you pretend to have a small ego? No.
Right.
Yeah, it's keep going.
Don't matter, but it's like then I'm a horrible mother, and it's like I am such a good mother. I anyone who knows me in real life knows I'm
Okay, but here's the other thing. I do this for a living. I know. I could tell when I was a nanny kid. So, I know when a woman's watching her kids. Like, I know when a woman's employing a nanny or someone else is watching the kids
Right.
based on because I know how much, like, it takes based on your output schedule to do this.
Yeah.
And it's just with her flying around the country and doing all this stuff, there's just no way that she's an active parent. Someone else is
Right.
doing it. I don't know if it's a nanny, I don't know if it's the mom, I don't know if it's the dad. It's probably
It's
the
the
dad.
father. It's
Yeah,
probably the father because he didn't want her to go into this life to begin with. And he definitely seems more like the responsible one. He seems like he's going to take it to the chin. And he's dealing with the divorce and he'll probably be remarried within the next few years, honestly. And
yeah.
he'll have another woman to help him take care of these kids. But the reality is that she left her husband. So yes, you are a bad mom because if the shoe was on the other foot and a man left his wife to go take care of those kids, we would call him all types of deadbeat and all types of, oh,
Yeah.
he ain't this and he ain't that and he ran off on the kids. But you have her and she ran off on her kids too to go pursue this entertainment lifestyle, which she's not even entertaining. And now she's upset that people are criticizing her for this. But the reality is, you made your own bed, so now you have to lie in it. Because if it was a man who did the same exact thing as you, he would be being judged way more harshly.
And I think it's good for the kids, to be honest, in a way. I know, hear me out, because I just can't imagine she was a good mother. Like, I just can't imagine. She probably would have did more damage than good to these kids. So it's probably good that the dad's watching them.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Then they'd be as crazy as her, So if maybe
Yeah,
she's an
especially
example.
if we look at the data when it comes to single fathers and how they fare against single mothers. Single fathers do significantly better in raising productive children than single mothers do, almost as if the household was intact. I think there's just like a small percentage of quote unquote success by the metrics of high school education, college education, a lack of felonies and all that kind of stuff. There's just a small difference between a two-parent household and a single father household because that father is going to implement that discipline. So the kids are way better off with the father than with the mother. Oh, you're muted.
How do I mute myself? Even just anecdotally, I think 85% of households would be more peaceful if the mom wasn't there because usually the mothers are like stirring up drama. They're like
Yeah.
nagging for no reason. Like they're not, I don't know how we have this idea that women are nurturing because we are just not. I I don't think that's really the norm.
Yeah, especially with
okay. I
with
hear
the
you.
modern women that we got.
I don't know. I don't think boomer women are much better. Like I really don't. What's funny? I have an aunt. And she's like, "I don't know why all these women say we weren't like that back in the day because we were hoeing in bars."
Hey,
She's
that,
like,
I try to tell people that. I try to tell people they don't believe me.
yeah, I know. Oh,
To film videos.
hold on. Where did I stop? I accidentally exited. Let me guess here.
I wish people weren't so mean. So grateful for this job because
You're not grateful because I'm sorry. If you were grateful, you wouldn't complain about this. You wouldn't complain. You wouldn't even address it. You would just keep going and like, because by you crying on the internet, you're making it about you, and it's not
Hmm.
supposed to be about you. It's about your audience.
Yeah,
It's not about you. It's about making the entertaining content. So, if
yeah,
part of your shtick is like you're the bad guy in the film, I mean, essentially, you're an actress. So be the actress, go do your job, and stop complaining.
Right. A lot of female content creators don't respect their following. They don't respect their chat. They don't respect the people who support them. And you see that translate into like OF girls who are, completely are degrading the men that criticize them online with the same shit that they would say to their following. So it's just funny how the hypocrisy stands out so much when it's on the other side.
Yeah, I agree.
I make a lot of money to post myself on the internet to film videos, and it has given me and my kids.
I can't even imagine, like, being a guy has to be so frustrating because it's like, I have, like, a cousin, he's in the military, and he's deployed for months at a time, and he has to come back. This girl's making a bajillion dollars a year just talking to rappers,
Yeah.
and she's has the audacity to complain about the mean comments. If my cousin had this job, he wouldn't care. He's like,
Right.
"You can say whatever you want, I'll take the money, please."
Right. Women, especially nowadays, have no idea how easy their lives are, especially compared to men. Like, it's not even a debate. Like, there's no stream of income that a man can get without putting in blood, sweat, and tears, tireless hours. A woman can go viral overnight by shaking her ass on TikTok. Like, as a guy, you have to put in so much work, so many episodes. It's not easy.
No, I totally agree, and I'll see these women that quit their jobs to be TikTokers, and, I started on TikTok, so I kind of have an idea of, like, what it takes as a female content creator to build a big following on there, and I'm like, "You guys are posting, like, 2 times a day. Like, you have no job, you have nothing else you're doing. Like, why are you?" It's just, oh my god. I feel like being a woman, it's just like being a Cubs fan my entire life. Like, I'm just on the losing team, and they give you every, like they could give you good players, they could give you good trades, and it's like, we'll just still mess it up.
Right.
It's a really great life. But sometimes it's like especially harder like on Sundays. I don't have my kids. They're with their dad. And I get to sit here and I read comments and I shouldn't, but it's like it's so hurtful. And so many people are
But you could just put your phone down. Like,
Right.
it's not
so angry.
It's
They're
it's it's
so
another
angry.
form of seeking validation. She wants to be liked so bad, and this is a trait that a lot of women have that leads to their detriment because you want to be liked by everything or by everybody. So you think that posting everything about your life is going to make people like you because you sitting over here and you're talking to your girlfriends and they're like, "Oh yeah, girl," they're hyping you up about the bad decisions that you make in life. But when you actually put a magnifying glass on it and somebody who's actually analytical and objective, they're going to end up, really telling you who you are. And the problem is, a lot of these chicks just are never told who they are.
yeah. No, I agree. Well, because short term posting everything it kinda does work because it's like you're a cute girl, you got the relatable content, like, people do like it, but then long term, they will eat you apart. They will
Yeah,
criticize every little thing.
But I am not with my ex anymore. And he's in a happy
I'm happy for him.
yeah,
I think this was the best thing that ever happened to this guy.
yeah. And she said he's in a happy relationship now. So yeah, I called it. He'll be married within a couple years,
Yeah.
max.
relationship. Why can't I be in one too? And yeah, our relationship didn't work out. Like newsflash, you guys.
But, okay, if you don't wanna be criticized for your relationship, you don't have to make it public. Like,
I,
why don't
I
you just treat this like a job?
right. Did she just say his loss?
Wait, let me
It
go
sounded
back.
like she said his loss.
Let me go back.
Relationship. Why can't I be in one too? And yeah, our relationship didn't work out. Like newsflash, you guys. I was 21 when I met him on Bumble, and 10 months after knowing him, I was pregnant with our daughter. And he gave me the two best things in my life.
Okay, but 21 is old enough. Like, when are we gonna
And 10 months is long enough to get married because again, if you have a man dating a woman for 10 months, like imagine if the man says, "Oh well, I've been with her for 10 months," and like people would say 6 months you should know. Like women are trying to force men into knowing when to get married. And the red pill's like, oh, wait up. You got to vet her for a year. You got to do this for 2 years. And then you got to make sure you do this before you get it. But women are like 6 months. He already should know that if he want to marry you. And if he don't marry you in 6 months, he wasting your time. That's the rhetoric that women are saying on here. So she's acting like it was just some short thing. No, in all actuality, a lot of the marriages that stay together, they get married real quick.
And also, it's really not that hard to not get pregnant. Like, it's really not hard. It's again, I'm just on the losing team. It's just tough being a woman because they give us all these contraception options. Like, they give you an IUD if you don't want to take a pill every day.
Right.
Even if you want to shoot up in the club, they give you the Plan B pill. It's like there are so many choice. They give us abortion up to six
Yeah.
months in most states. Like in some, it's basically free. Like when I was in the UK, it's free up to 6 months, and we just can't. It's just how like if you didn't want a kid, I don't think you would have had a kid. I think on some level you must have wanted a kid with him. So
Oh, yeah.
it's
And I will forever be grateful for that. But when I met him, I was 21. He was 30. Look at 21-year-olds.
oh my god.
Wow.
Oh my god. Now
Age gap
21 I,
shaming.
before 18 before now 16-year-olds can't make
Now
decisions. So
I'm like,
now they're saying 18's too young. Now 21 is too young.
21. Baby, you old enough to drink. It's like you made the decision. You old enough to drink. You knew what you was doing. Like it's so funny how they're trying to make it seem like, oh, this age gap. It was like, oh yeah, well, he was ready to start his mature life and I wasn't. I thought women matured faster than men, right? That's the argument that they would make. Like
That is such a good point. I haven't thought about that saying, but that's a really I'm gonna use that. That's a really good one. That's good.
you're so young. You're so young. Like, how did I think I was old enough to be so grown? Anyway,
I think I was old enough to be so grown. You were 21.
ridiculous.
Like, I don't know, when men make a mistake when they're young, they don't blame it on their age, they just say they learned from it,
Right.
you know? But women, it's always, "I was too young to understand." Like, why can't you just admit you had a character flaw?
Exactly. Like somebody will sit up, like, even if a man wants to deny, like when he made a mistake, like somebody's going to end up telling you, you're a dumbass. Like some guy is going to give it to you straight, no chaser. And then you're going to have to sit with that. But as a woman, it's just like they constantly get bounced around to the next person who's telling them that they're making the right decision when they're not.
Yeah.
it's just embarrassing, I guess. Like, I feel embarrassed by all of the comments because it's just like, I don't know why people are so mean.
Do you know what? People would respect it way more if she just said, like, instead of gaslighting and just said, "You know what? I made a mistake. I was wrong. I wish I didn't do it, but these are the consequences." Like that, people would respect that way more than this bullshit of like,
Yeah.
you know, or even saying nothing would be better than
I
this.
mean, I do, but it's just like, I wish it would stop. But I don't know how to make it stop. Some people post and their comments are so nice, and people are so nice about them. That
Oh my god. I mean, I think there's very few YouTubers, streamers, TikTokers that go through their like if they have a 20 or 30-year career that they go through it without criticism.
Right.
I can't think of many. There is the occasional few, but there's not many. That's just part of the job.
it's like, you people are so fucking mean to me under anything I post, and it's like, why? Literally, just why? Why do you guys hate me so much? I don't get it. I don't know what I did to deserve that. It's just frustrating.
What do you think's in the future for her? Do you think she'll stop doing this or do you think she'll keep going?
I mean, I don't see her being consistent. I don't see many female podcasters being consistent. I think she'll pop up here and now with a celebrity every now and then. She'll still continue to post on TikTok for fun. Um, but I just think that I honestly don't think that the guy that she's with now is gonna end up like marrying her or anything like that. And I mean, she's already had her kids, so it's not like she's gonna give him kids, I don't think. So I just kind of see her in this limbo of casually bouncing around from man to man, dating into her 40s, and then she's gonna go hardcore feminist mode, hardcore radical feminist, like I hate men, because she's gonna get so much smoke from men in the comments section where it's just gonna click in her brain. Maybe the guy that she's with now, cheats on her or something like that, and then she's gonna go full fledged feminist, I hate men,
I'm
podcast.
gonna recommend an OnlyFans for her. At this rate, your life is kinda cooked. You might as well get that bag and just they're calling you a hoe anyway.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not saying it's, like, the moral thing to do, but, I mean, I just think she's kinda cooked, so
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I wouldn't put it past her. I definitely wouldn't put it past her, but the clock is ticking. So if she gonna try and get on OnlyFans and really run a bag up, she should probably start it within the next year or so, while she still has her youth.
you think Brittany Renner could do an OnlyFans? I'm surprised she hasn't done one.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think the only thing holding Brittany Renner back from doing OnlyFans is her son.
Uh,
And, I think it would reflect badly because they're in a little custody battle. If she started doing OnlyFans, it would reflect super bad on her custody, battle with the courts potentially. I mean, the courts are feminist, but it could hurt her in that way. And then also, I just don't think she has the heart to really do OnlyFans. I think she's a thought. I definitely think she's slutty, but like you have to like really at least initially not give a fuck. Like you have to be able to post pussy pics and turn your ass around and do this and do shit off a request. I just don't think she has the heart for it.
yeah. Okay, so the next topic we're gonna go into is, hold on, let me make sure I'm pronouncing his name right. I like
Akash Singh.
Akash scene. Okay. All right. So the next topic we're going to go into is Akash scene. He and Myron got into a little squabble on their podcast a few years ago. Akash was saying Myron was just this degenerate, kind of talking down to him. And Akash said that he had a virgin wife. We covered it last week. And then she comes out and says she used to pop her pussy with white frat boys.
Yep.
So we're gonna react to a little 10-minute video, kind of detailing the situation. Do you have any pre thoughts before I play the video?
Akash's wife, she has actually been causing a little ruckus in Akash's life for a long time. Akash is part of the Flagrant 2 podcast
Mhm.
with Andrew Schultz, tech support guy named Alex, black dude, and then I think there's another guy on the show. And initially they were just doing like sports reaction podcast type thing. This was back when Andrew Schultz was on MTV and he was doing Guy Code and all this kind of stuff. And Akash Singh was on that show as well. So they had a Guy Code show, then they had a Girl Code show, and he was doing Brilliant Idiots with Charlemagne the God. And then they kind of diverged from for political reasons. I believe they diverged because Andrew Schultz was getting a lot of smoke on during Trump's first run for president in his first term. So he was getting a lot of smoke for being right wing, and Charlemagne and Andrew Schultz kind of slowed down on the Brilliant Idiots thing, and then Schultz started his own podcast, Flagrant 2, and he did it with this guy named Cash and Akash, and then his producer Alex for a long time, and they're still doing it. But the podcast has evolved into a lot more political space. It initially started about sports, but there's a clip online of Akash and Andrew going back and forth because Andrew Schultz was ready to get the podcast started up, and Akash girl was like she was like in the studio studying, and they told her to move, and she didn't like that, so she started a big fuss, and then they were going back and forth. Him and Andrew Schultz were going back and
You have that clip? We should play it. I haven't seen
yeah, I have that clip. I'll find it in the back chat once you pull the other video up.
it.
But so they were going back and forth about that, and Akash confronted Andrew Schultz and was just like, "Hey, be a better homeboy. Make it easy on your homeboys who have a girl and all that kind of stuff." So Andrew Schultz never really liked Akash's girlfriend, and now they're going to have to address this situation on the Flagrant 2 podcast, I believe next week, because Akash fled the country. He went to, yeah, he went to Dubai, or he went to either India or Dubai. He went to the Middle East basically, and he left the country probably to clear his brain and all this stuff, clear his mind and duck the smoke. But he's going to have to address this when he comes back to Flagrant 2, because the podcast is called Flagrant 2. It's all about, exploring different angles of comedy, being really um, being controversial, having a lot of hot takes. So the podcast, they can't duck this smoke, because their whole podcast is about wanting all the smoke, right? That's
Yeah.
why it was peculiar the way that they confronted Fresh and Fit when Fresh and Fit went on the Flagrant 2 podcast a few years ago. It was real funny that it went down the way that it did, because they were arguing, Fresh and Fit were arguing that, hey, they were coming, when they said, oh, we don't dabble in the dark, we ain't on the BLK app. They addressed it as they were coming from a comedic standpoint. And yeah, it was tongue in cheek. It was just a little funny joke. And Akash is just like, oh, it's so disgusting that y'all would,
Yeah.
make this joke about Black women. And it's like, your whole job is to be a comedian, and
Yeah.
nobody is free from getting joked. Nobody is free from getting joned on. Nobody is free from the smoke. Everybody can get the smoke. And that's what y'all podcast was about. So when we saw them, like, try and lecture the Fresh and Fit podcast and the Red Pill guys, it took us aback, because we're like, oh, y'all are frauds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
you
it's
got,
gotta be because he's got the woman in his ear, right?
oh
She's been
yeah,
nagging him at home,
yeah, and
and
and it,
that's
it
always what tends to happen. Like, it comes out like all these guys that come for Myron are always into some weird stuff down the line. Go ahead.
yeah, yeah, and it's funny because um because there's a other guy on the show, Alex, and he's like, the black producer. And for the longest time, the running joke was Alex only dates white girls. Alex only dates white girls. And then when Fresh and Fit came up there and said they don't date black girls, they're trying to like lecture them and scold them for that. When the whole joke on the podcast for like the last 3 or 4 years against Alex was he only dates white girls.
Mhm.
So it's
Well, and
just
what's
interesting.
wrong with that? Like, what is
I,
wrong? If someone has a preference, like, I'm not here to tell anybody who to date. There's
right, like
nothing
that.
wrong with having a preference.
Exactly, but it's no issue with that. But the main issue was that the Flagrant 2 podcast, they were being hypocritical
Yeah.
about it. And then Andrew Schultz, he went through controversy where he said something about if you dating a black girl, she gonna hit you. And this was like, I don't know, maybe 6 months to 9 months ago. Like, it wasn't that long ago, and he was getting flamed on social media. But he takes it in stride. He doesn't really apologize to the mob. But I just find it funny that they tried to lecture Fresh and Fit about talking about black women, but when they do it, it's okay.
Yeah. All right, let's play the video. We got 2 videos here.
Of course. I support Akash. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to jump in on this bandwagon hating on Akash. I can't imagine how he feels. No, by the way, people are not.
Yeah, I'm gonna play the other one first. I like this one better for the starting one here.
The hottest topics online recently has been a stand-up comedian named Akash Singh and some comments that his wife has made about their life. And
I can see I find it hard when there's this much of a looks match.
Oh yeah.
The woman
Did you
just isn't gonna yeah.
did you see the clip where she was talking to her best friend? Literally, she does a podcast with her best friend, and she said that she wanted her best friend's husband to run a train on her.
Yeah. I don't know, how do these guys believe that their girl's a virgin?
I have
I gotta be
no.
honest. I've interviewed 1,000 women, and the virgins I've met on the podcast, or those that claim to be, I've just been really unimpressed with. It's just it's they either find a workaround, like they do backdoor or something,
Mhm.
they're lying,
Oh yeah.
or they use their virginity for clout. So it's like that's part of their branding, and then they'll
Yep.
just never give it up.
Yep.
their marriage. I'm sure many of you are familiar with the Flagrant podcast starring Andrew Schultz and the man himself, Akash. And as far as digital media goes, comedy podcasts are not really my thing.
I've heard some legendary tipping, right? Like, I remember I was hanging with Rogan once. He drops the car off. It's 100. Picks it up. It's 100.
Okay, that's aggressive.
Yeah.
He's responsible.
I guess I just don't find either host to be particularly funny. I really think that Andrew got a career from swinging on Joe Rogan's nuts, and then Akash in turn did the same with Andrew. This guy is actually so unfunny as a comedian that I thought for sure he was like Lily Singh's long-lost brother or something like that. But it is simply not true. They actually do have two things in common, though. For one, they both cannot take any sort of constructive criticism regarding their comedy.
I'm trying to power through the set, but when I'm done with my set and I see him doing this, that shit, there is no way your fucking left hand is more interesting than what we're doing up here for an hour.
And for two, they were both virgins deep into their 30s.
I'm sure I could get there, but I don't give off the vibe, I think, of the girls like, I gotta fuck that guy.
In fact, it's quite apparent that growing up and even through his early adult life that this man had zero confidence in himself and never really got any attention from any girls.
So in high school it was because you said you didn't look good, and then after that it was
I was hideous.
Well, you're not a hideous guy.
Hey, you haven't seen me in high school.
Well,
Short,
what
fat,
happened?
crooked teeth. I was just like a chipmunk, dude.
And I really do think that this is how he became a living doormat, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. And funny enough, the seeds of this expose of his home life were planted years ago, when Myron and Frogger from Fresh and Fit would go onto the Flagrant podcast, and it was beyond clear that Akash was not a fan of these guys by any means.
The way I look at it is, you watch them you see them evolutionary charts from Neanderthal to Homo sapien.
Yeah.
Y'all are the first motherfucker out of Neanderthal.
And ever since this interaction, the two of them have had beef for years, and even the two podcasts in general have had issues with each other.
Myron, you're a sensitive, talentless, bottom-feeding grifter. Your life's work is renting women and regurgitating other people's talking points. Your arms are not developed enough. I just find when guys talk like this, like they just are always getting nagged by a woman, and you are not developed enough for the shirts you wear, and your co-host is pimping you. Merry Xmas.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, Andrew didn't used to be like this. Like he really was not, he was not on this vibe when they first started the Flagrant 2 podcast. Like he was definitely way more male centric. He was on some fuck these bitches shit, hard on hoes. He was like one of the main ones who started the hard on hoes thing. And he was going hard with the Trump shit and all that kind of stuff. And it's just funny to see, now that he's gotten married and all this kind of stuff, his persona and, the comedian that he's become, it's pretty much been like, I think he's lost a lot of what drew his initial fans in because he's kind of sanitized his content.
Each other. And at first I would say it was a pretty even battle with each respected fan base kind of riding for their guys, but lately Myron has been teabagging the shit out of Akash online. And it's really all been possible because of Akash's wife Jasleen, as she has pretty much given Myron all the ammo in the world.
Like,
you
look
see,
at
Akash made
Go back to that clip. Go back to that clip.
Here?
No, the one where where her
because of Akash's wife Jasleen, as she has pretty much given Myron.
Oh my
There's
God.
absolutely no reason why she should be showing this much cleavage. And there's actually a clip online of her saying that she doesn't want kids. Like she doesn't want kids. She will not have Akash's babies.
Mhm.
That is grounds for
Yeah.
divorce. Like he should have left her once she told him that she didn't want kids, because he clearly wants kids.
Yeah. Yeah, what's the point of being married if you don't have kids? You might as well
Exactly.
date,
Right.
All the ammo in the world. You see, Akash made the mistake of trying to appear too perfect, and every time he would open up his mouth about his wife Jasleen, he would paint her as this beautiful, sexy, but also innocent, almost
I know.
naive.
Do you know what? That always happens. All these guys that tell me about how their wife is different, I'll meet their wives and they're exactly the same.
Oh my God.
Like,
Those dudes are the most infuriating, because Akash definitely stood on his soapbox and said, yeah, my wife's different. She didn't sleep around. And the reason why Akash's wife lied to him about not sleeping around is because at the end of the day, Akash could have went back to the homeland and got an arranged marriage with some, 18-year-old Indian girl, fresh off the boat. He could have gotten whatever he wanted. She would have been a virgin and all that. But he chose to date a Indian American woman, and in Indian culture, like, you're really supposed to preserve that thing, just like, Muslim culture. And she had to tell him that she was a virgin so that not only he would have accepted her either way, but so that his parents would accept her, because it's big in Indian culture to get approval from your parents.
Well, and you know what? I like talking to the red pill guys because they're just so much more realistic. They're like, I'll never know.
Yeah,
You'll, and it's always guys in this kind of situation that always are just so arrogant and think that like women have every incentive to lie to you. Like, why on earth would she be honest? And you're gonna look so dumb white knighting for some girl and saying she's different because you're never gonna know. Like,
exactly.
especially now with social media and dating apps, women can do stuff in different cities. Women like it's not like you can surveil a girl 24/7. And I know there's like indicators, right? But you for sure you'll never know. I've seen
Yeah,
women do so much damage.
right. Like, you can love women or you can understand them, but you can't do both.
Yeah.
Person. And on more than one occasion, he noted this story where they lost their V cards to each other when she was in her early 20s, and I believe he was in his late 30s.
My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect a lot more.
Let me ask you this:
wow.
do you believe her?
If you've seen her, then it's hard to believe.
Yeah.
I remember I was just like, what?
I mean, it's almost like the guy had a superiority complex over this V card fun fact, when in reality, he was really just on some Steve Carell shit. And it's quite apparent that even in his newfound success, he was still deeply insecure from his adolescence. But either way, Akash was still pretty well respected for years, and the problem really didn't start until his wife opened up her mouth. And at first, it was simply about the red pill community and specifically Fresh and Fit.
So my husband actually interviewed these red pill guys on their podcast one time, and
Yeah, and she's pissed because she's got a past, and the more that these guys talk, the more it's going to become apparent that she has that. So
Exactly.
it's not really about the red pill, it's that she doesn't want the information coming out.
Yeah, and I mean, it only takes a few of those frat boys who she was dealing with back in the day to say, "Yo, man, Shorty is capping." But she revealed it herself on her TikTok. She revealed all of this information to us, so she kind of dug her own grave with this. And I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous that Akash would risk his whole career because don't get it messed up. Akash cannot go to a comedy club and get a bit off anymore unless it's 100% self-deprecating, because you act in comedy clubs, you have hecklers, you have a crowd, you're working the crowd, and all it takes is for somebody to say, "Hey, shut your ass up, I fucked your wife," or "Your wife is a slut, your wife is a whore, she wants to get ran through by, her best friend's husband." I mean, he is so vulnerable right now. He can't tour, he can't do shows. The only thing that I could see which is feasible for him is like a Netflix special arena show. And they might reduce the price. Honestly, they might reduce his price because, for one, he's not going to be pulling that big of a crowd, especially after this scandal. And then for two, that crowd is less likely to heckle back, and then they can edit it and cut it and whatnot. So, but if he can't do anything live, he literally can't, because you get in one of these small comedy clubs with, and you're trying to entertain 1,000 people, they're gonna heckle the fuck out of you.
And the worst part is she probably would have gotten away with this if she just shut up.
Yep.
Like,
If she would have just left the red pill guys alone,
yeah.
if it wasn't for those meddling red
You
pill
got the
guys,
worst. That is not a group you want to piss off, ladies.
no.
They'll contact the frat guys. They will keep the receipts.
Yeah.
That's not the group you want to piss off. And they wouldn't have cared, but she like went after them. And
Mhm.
he probably would have just lived blue pilled forever. Do you think he's gonna divorce her?
No,
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 still
no. He's although he's in too deep,
deep.
they're probably going to renew their vows in India or or the UAE or something like that. they're probably going on vacation to strengthen their relationship and reconnect. He's gonna work on it, and what's gonna end up happening is she's gonna leave his ass.
Mhm.
That's what's gonna happen because she just started her little podcast, and it ain't getting that many views. But if she does continue to stay consistent on it, she's gonna have to reveal more slutty things about herself because that's the
Yeah.
basis of the
She's
podcast.
she's gunning for a female audience, and,
Yeah,
like, it's very difficult to have a audience or, like, a female podcast, with a female audience and not deprecate your husband and, like, use your family for clout. Like, it's just not really a good oh my god, a female audience is, like, brutal for a
yeah.
guy.
Won't mention their names because who the fuck even cares? But it was so funny because he actually called them out on their shit and their like stupid fucking beliefs and how they say that they're helping men when actually what they say is like really detrimental and damaging.
The red pill is undefeated. It is undefeated. Like,
Can't beat it.
yeah, it is just crazy because all the people that try to take down the red pill become examples of it.
Right. And,
Every
and,
single
and
one.
we call things before they happen. And it's not like we have just some special medicine or we're prophets or anything like that. No, we understand the game. We see the signs, and you can clearly see when a woman is a covert feminist, when she's a chameleon, or
Mm,
when she's just an outright dirty hoe.
yeah.
Especially to young impressionable men because he went at them. The red pill guys like fans were attacking him afterwards, found pictures of us, and because I'm like objectively attractive, they were saying that we couldn't.
Oh my god. You guys are not good looking enough to have this attitude.
Right.
She's cute, but like, come on. Come on.
You seen Aladdin?
Yeah.
She looked like Jafar's little sister.
It's like, okay, she's above average, but they just hype up sixes so
Yeah.
much. It's like if
Yeah.
you were that good looking, you would be able to get a really good looking guy if you were that
Right.
late.
And then the fact that we know your past, like, it's just like that knocks you down. I mean, obviously, we'll fuck, like niggas will fuck, but at the end of the day, nobody's gonna take you seriously but a simp like Akash.
Yeah.
Possibly have got together in a natural kind of way or like in the wild, like it must have been an arranged marriage.
Now, the most ironic part about her call out is that she herself turned to making Fresh and Fit as content for women, where she embodies the idea that women should be constantly treated like spoiled brats who need their every whim catered to by their husbands.
That is the biggest red pill for me is a lot of housewives are just kind of lazy. Like they
Oh
just
my
don't want to do
God.
anything.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God. Tell
I,
me about it. I
is
hate
you-
when they say, oh, well, being a mother is so hard, being a stay-at-home mother. Oh my God. It's the easiest shit in the world, bro.
yeah,
You're babysitting, bro.
my little sister works at a daycare and she's like, I don't know what they're complaining about. 2 kids is way easier. I have to watch like 10.
Right. You're doing a $15 an hour job. It's not
Yeah.
that hard, baby.
In fact, it seems like all she really knows how to do is sit at home and spend Akash's money. I mean, just listen to how she describes herself.
For those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Jasleen. I'm a stay-at-home wife, but I don't cook or clean because I don't feel like
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Oh my, and you know what's crazy? There's so many, like, honestly, you could have dinner done in like 30 to 45 minutes. I mean,
Yeah,
there's air for 2 people,
exactly.
and you could meal prep it so it's ready for the week. This would not be very time consuming, like,
You
at
could
all.
do Hello Fresh. It's $10. It's $10 a meal.
And men are so, like, nice. Like, they just appreciate the effort so much. Like, it's like,
Right.
it just would not be that difficult to cook or clean.
I genuinely, Akash really has to have low self-esteem because I don't understand how he would put up with a stay-at-home woman who does not cook. I mean, do you not want your mother's cooking? Like, it's a requirement to cook for your husband. I mean, I could understand if they were dating. I mean, I couldn't. I would require my girlfriend to cook for me, which she does. But I mean, but you're married and she's not willing to cook for you, not because she doesn't know how, but because she doesn't feel like it. So Akash has not had a home cooked meal, chicken curry with the red sauce and the spicy, peppers on it. He hasn't had that. And the only way that he can get that is by going back to mama's house.
Yeah.
That's a bad sign.
And my husband is a full-time stand-up comedian, and he buys me lots of nice things.
And trust me guys, after this, the clips only get much worse. You know, it's almost like going from Weenie Hut Jr. straight to Hell's Inferno, as she totally comes off as an entitled gold digger when it comes to finances.
How do you and your husband split finances?
We don't. We don't. If you want to work, all for that. But like any man that doesn't want to have a joint bank account or isn't being transparent with his account.
Yeah, so she's controlling.
Oh yeah.
'Cause that just means I want to monitor him. I want to monitor him to make sure he's not up to anything.
Right.
That's a fucking red flag. His money is our money, and my money is my money.
Yes, that's very easy to say when you have no income.
That is actually my number one. They must be generous with their finances from day one.
Oh, I love my wife. I love my wife. Ah! Let's go right up.
And it's even worse. Like, I just can't stand that attitude.
Yeah, she's rubbing it in his face, saying we didn't sign a prenup. Like that's just like a threat. Like
Yeah.
it's a threat, and he should take it seriously, and he should lawyer up quickly.
Yeah.
Like with my wife.
And it's just like the best fucking part is like living with your best friend.
Also, it's like there's
who buys you designer shit.
My wife,
Oh no.
objectively gorgeous. Me, no.
She's like upper mid, I'd say. You know, I'd say she's on the upper end of the mid scale, but I'd
Yeah,
still
she's a
say
6.
Yeah.
Oh, 6.5.
So that's what you got to do. I got to work my ass off, and then every time she starts looking at me and she starts assessing my beauty, I just throw a bag at that bitch. Pass, pass.
And just look at her sheer reaction to Akash surprising her with an upgraded wedding ring recently.
First of all, I want to say that happy birthday. All of this is possible because you told me I could.
I mean, this is just bragging. It's basically telling other women, I'm so awesome that this guy's doing all this stuff for me. It's never showing how cool he is. It's just
Right.
bringing attention to herself.
Yeah, and it's mainly look at how wrapped around my finger this guy is. And you ladies can do it too. You can get a pay pig, cash cow, simp, just like Akash.
They probably can. They probably can.
With him also saying that he now wanted to renew their vows in India in front of their families, and just pay attention to what her main focus was in this clip.
Ghislaine sing. Will you be Ghislaine sing forever again?
Yes. Oh my god.
Awkward as hell.
Oh my god.
Like
How big is
it looks like he needs permission to touch her.
Yeah, it does.
Like he's just I mean, dude, if that's my girl, like, bruh, grabbing, squeezing, like he's just like, can I touch your face? Can I put it on your finger? She ain't even let him put the ring on her own finger.
Yeah.
this? Thank you so much.
Dodge kiss. Boom.
Oh my god.
God.
Oh no.
Dodges the second proposal kiss is
Oh,
crazy.
that's diabolical.
This is so
Courtney Mustard.
Sexually inexperienced men are just so cooked. These women run circles around them.
Yeah, and then he'll love to lecture other men about what it means to be a married man and what it means to take care of your girl. Meanwhile, she's just bleeding you dry.
You're sitting in her lap.
Now clearly she was not moved by the rededication of their love to each other. Hell, she even dodged that poor motherfucker's kiss.
Marriage is much better for women. It literally starts with a man getting on his knees begging you. But is that enough? No. You also get an exquisite piece of jewelry. 3 paychecks, that's what she told me. 3 on a finger?
And I just know for a fact that she is the type of chick to require a blood diamond over a
Watch
lab
it
grown,
again.
all because she needs to walk around feeling supreme to other people. You know, she wants to feel that slave labor on her finger. And Akash actually makes another fatal mistake here of encouraging her to have a TikTok and podcasting platform.
Who was your first girlfriend?
Oh yeah. That's so many men like live by the sword and die by the sword.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
an idiot.
But you know what? It's probably in his head. She's probably really lazy And so, the idea of her like doing something, that's probably why he encouraged it, is he's like, oh, thank God she does something other than like scroll on her phone. She's like
Right. And
doing something.
meanwhile, it completely destroys his whole income. I'm telling you, he's not going to be able to book shows after this.
No, he really, why do you think he won't divorce her? Like, this is so disrespectful. He's just too close.
Tradition, and he's trying to be the good man. Like, look here, hey guys, I'm the good man. I'm the example. When marriage gets tough, stick it out. Be
Yeah.
a good old boy. Like, he's that type of dude.
Yeah.
I had one in
Sore
college.
subject.
Now, for him, this was really the
If she divorced, how good? Like, what do you think she could get?
She'll definitely get half. She doesn't work, stay at home mom.
No, I
Alimony.
meant like dating. Like, what would dating for her look like if she?
She'd be, athlete, most likely athlete, or probably go for somebody who's on TV, like a B-list celebrity, D-list celebrity type vibe. That's kind of where I see her making a soft landing. I mean, she doesn't have kids. She refused to have his children. So that is, I mean, she'll be a divorcee, but she won't be a single mother. So I think that she would be able to bounce back, but I don't think she'd be able to bounce back with a guy who's as successful as Akash Singh. I really don't.
What do you think he could do if he divorced her?
I mean, I think he could get any chick that he wanted if he had the mindset, if he had like the self-confidence to do so. But because of his lack of self-confidence and his lack of belief in his own self and his own abilities, I think that he'd probably go for a chick who is probably on the same attractiveness level, but maybe he will go for a more chill, laid back woman. But guys like this, they don't learn after the first time. They have to get burnt 2, 3, 4 times before they learn. So
Yeah, that's what I found. Once divorced men, it's always are the most desperate for marriage.
yeah, they actually become bigger simps.
Yeah,
They're
I
trying
think
to,
it's because they don't want to they want to believe that it was just one girl and they just picked wrong. They don't want to believe it's the whole game and the whole system.
yeah, and they're in competition with the wife to bounce back before she does.
Yeah.
beginning of the end, as she would start oversharing quickly.
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. The top like 4 songs when I came back for my sophomore year: Click, Pop That, Bands Make Her Dance, Birthday Cake, the 2 Chains. I was popping my
Oh, you see the Chick-fil-A in the background. I think that's Chick-fil-A.
pussy and living my best life in these white boy frat houses. And I had a roster of guys that I would rotate through. So it's like, oh.
And it's just hilarious.
It's just a whole different type of woman that's going to admit that on camera.
Yeah, that was bad. Like she has,
while married.
Yeah, and she tried to make the false equivalency of, oh, well, Akash gets to talk about our marriage on stage when he's a Bitch, that's his job. That's how he's feeding y'all. You don't go and say, oh, look, I can do a 1-up and I can tell an even worse it's so crazy because she made this video saying, why are people mad that I'm talking about, my high school or my college days and stuff, because Akash gets to talk about our marriage on stage. But the reality is everything that Akash speaks about on stage as it pertains to their marriage is self-deprecating. He always uplifts her. He always knocks himself down a peg. It's that self-deprecating husband, happy wife, happy life comedy.
Yeah, no, I agree. And it's just not the same. It is not the same making fun of a guy versus making fun of a woman, because women like it to some degree. Like we kind of like it when a guy gives us shit, but guys don't like it when a woman gives them shit.
Oh no.
Because Akash acted like he found this diamond in the rough, like she was some pure angel sent down from heaven, when it turns out
every time I have a guy that tells me that his girl is different, my first response is, how long have you known her? where is she from? And half the time she's always from another country or another city. Like she always conveniently just moved, and I'm like, oh, of
Exactly.
course, of course.
It was the
Right.
total opposite.
I was popping my pussy.
And the worst part is he didn't have to say anything about her. He
Mm.
did not like he did not have to white knight for her.
Oh no, like
And like
I would.
if something came out and he didn't white knight for her, it wouldn't be as bad, but because he had this big ego and just like kept saying how like different and special she was. That's why everyone's coming at him is because you had this big ego. Like there's
Right.
another podcaster whose wife kind of went off the rails. I can't remember her name, but she was the one that said like for women to bang anybody in their early 20s, they do the couples podcast
Oh
together.
yeah, I saw that.
But I don't think it was as bad because I don't think he really claimed purity for his wife. Like neither of them really
Right.
claimed to be saints, so no one really cared.
Right. I mean, if you're a comedian, your wife shouldn't be on social media because her social media profile is ammunition.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
In these white boy frat houses.
I met this guy on Tinder. This was before Bumble or Hinge. Like this was like in the OG days of the app. And this guy, I made the dumb mistake of letting him sleep over, like not really wanting to fucking hook up. And I like woke up in the morning and like my asshole was a little sore. Oh my god.
And I gotta say, for someone who is already years out of college, she sure does reminisce about it a lot. And it seems like most of her memories involve partying and other men.
So do me a favor, to all my brown girls who are starting college, you actually don't have to date the first guy that gives you attention. When I got to college, I was like, oh my god, it's like open season and like all these guys are like starting to give me attention and like everyone's being so social.
Now, where things would really explode for Neon's father, though, is when his wife opens up her mouth about her best friend slash podcast host husband, Nav. And at first,
Okay, if she wanted to make it right, what would you recommend she does?
She's got to delete all of her social media. That's the first thing that she has to do. Then she has to follow that up by making an apology video. She needs to get on TikTok before she deletes her social media. She needs to get on TikTok wherever the most amount of followers that she has. She says, I'm taking a step back from social media for mental health reasons. And my relationship has, faltered because of social media. So I want to take a step back. I want to thank all my fans and supporters. We may be back, we may not be, but I'm going to take a mental health leave of absence so that I can make sure that my household is in check. I also want to apologize to my husband for displaying, embarrassing behavior online. I want to apologize to my family, and I also want to apologize to his family. And I think that could, mend some of the fallout because apologizing publicly is a form of submission to your husband on that stage, right? So if he can get her to submit fully and apologize, then that would say, okay, Akash actually does have some balls. But the fact, if she comes back and she's still doing the podcast and she's still speaking the way that she is, and she doesn't apologize, then we can just completely conclude that Akash has zero balls. He has zero pull in his marriage. He has zero authority over his woman. And therefore, he's pretty much in a dead marriage. He's a dead man walking, but he just can't see it.
Yeah. And I don't know if he'll ever see it until she divorces him, which how long do you think it'll be till she leaves?
The only thing that I would say is going to keep them together is the Indian culture, because they have the lowest rates of divorce. That's the only thing that I could see keeping them together. But if she does divorce him, I would put a 5-year timeline on it.
5 year, yeah. And India's different now, to be honest. Like a lot of those stats are kind of dated.
Yeah,
And it's
true.
kind of it's because like it makes it difficult to get divorced on paper because of dowry laws there. So there's a lot of people that are divorced. It's just not on paper.
True.
I thought she was actually talking about the pudgy rapper. But no, she is on this man's dick like no married woman I've ever seen.
Would y'all ever have an together with your husband? Rhea, I'm actively trying to have an orgy because this couple is so fucking good looking, and you haven't seen Nav yet, but wait till you fucking see him. His body goes crazy. His face card always slays, never declines. And it's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband. I just know that Nav's dick is like at least 10 inches.
Now, for me, all
Like,
these
imagine
famous.
if he did that with that girl. Like,
Oh
the
yeah.
guy well, imagine if the guy said, "Oh, she's got big boobs, she got a small waist. I
Right.
just know that she really is good in bed." You know,
Exactly.
everyone would crash out on him, but she can openly, like I just 2025 is a simulation, I swear.
Yeah. Akash is going through a humiliation ritual for sure.
Yeah. Do you think he doesn't know it's a humiliation ritual? Like,
I think that he's so in love with his wife that he can't even see that it's an issue until his friends started bringing it up to him. Because I know for 100%, Andrew Schultz brought it up to him, probably cracked some jokes because that's just the kind of guy Andrew is. By the way, I put that clip of them arguing in the back chat. But Andrew Schultz is the type of guy who is going to say, see, I mean, he may not say I told you so, but he gonna let him know, like, dog, your girl is out of pocket. So, I really think that Akash can't see that he's being made a fool of until the outside noise starts to get loud.
yeah.
Would be grounds for immediate divorce. And no, I'm not even joking. Like, never have I sat with one of my friends and said, damn, bro, your girl got a fat ass. She got some nice tits.
Right.
Like, that would just be so disrespectful that I would expect any one of my boys to slap the hell out of me for that. And obviously vice versa.
We're gonna have a compound.
Yes.
And me, Nav, Nahal, and Akash are gonna be in two
Mature gender. The mature
Right.
gender.
like adjoining
Yeah.
houses so that we could always be near each other.
And we're gonna have a connecting basement where we have dinner and movie nights and,
And
Yeah.
Akash is such a fucking king. Like, everyone knows he's the best husband, and I don't often find men that measure up to him. And like Nav completely measures up to him,
Wow.
if not more.
But for Akash,
If
this
not
ends up
more.
being the worst part, as he willingly gets cucked for their audience of less than 1,000 subscribers.
And all the religious people are gonna sell waiting till marriage for their religion. But the thing is, we're just gonna look at the results. Like, men are just gonna see what you got and they're not gonna want it. And they're gonna see men in the red pill dating young, hot women.
Exactly. And it's like, I mean, how are you going to ask a man to wait for marriage when women are actually having sex before men? And that's why we saw certain debates going on online and stuff like that, and they're saying, oh well, get married with the church and all this kind of stuff, but get married to a virgin. It's like, bro, there's like 5% of women between the age of 18 and 25 that's a virgin. So that's not going to work, bro. It's just not going to work.
And the funniest part to me is that he
And they're losing their virginities to the red pill guys. That's who they're
Right.
And it's not really like this bonding thing. Like, so many women I knew in school, I mean, they would just lose their virginity and not care.
To
Like,
get it over with.
yeah, they
Yep,
lose it to their high school. And I'd say the more attractive the woman, the less she cared because
Oh,
she
yeah.
had so much choice. Like, most of the women I knew that were really attractive, I mean, they do it with their high school boyfriend and then dump him and go to college.
Yep.
That was kind of the standard.
shows up on the couch with the other husband, Nav, and I expected him to be like this jacked, badass, historically good-looking guy. And funny enough, he's really just like Akash 2.0. He's like his cooler older brother or some shit like that. Body
Right,
language
like-
and all.
She's getting all gassed up about this man, and I mean, he's not like some looker or anything like that. Like, I mean, you could break down his looks. I'm sure that you got the looks maxers who could really technically break it down, but the dude is not that good looking, and she's over here gassing him up like he's just the best thing since sliced bread. I mean, it's embarrassing for Akash, and he shouldn't put up with it, but we see
And
that
she
he does.
gasses him up more than her husband.
Right.
Yeah.
And at first, they just discuss their home life and the drama over their finances.
But when I tell my wife I'm tired, I want her to say, I'm sorry, baby. I understand. That must be exhausting, buying me all these things. Instead, she goes, so am I. And if I dare...
The audacity of these women. I don't know. I don't know why we think our job, she doesn't even have a job, But so many times I hear women say that we work too, but our work is just not the same. Like,
At
it is
all.
just not. I mean, half of the time we go to work and some guy does the work for us.
Oh yeah, I see it all the time. See it
Yeah.
all the time.
Open my mouth to go, what the fuck did you do that makes you tired?
I went to Pilates.
It's been unspoken, but now we're just saying it now that we're both making content. If it's funny, we're good. That was clearly my wife trying to be funny and watching everyone take it because the idea that my wife, she's going to start making so much, you guys are going to make so much money.
Yeah, but it would not be the same. Like, if you were trying to be funny at your wife's expense, like, sometimes I just think women have never I don't know if it's ignorance, like they just have never paid attention to men in their life, or it's intentional, but it's it's like they think it's funny to insult and make fun of their husbands in public,
Right.
and it's just
And
not.
it's just worse that he encouraged her to do this.
And now he's defending her. Oh my god.
The idea that she would even go to the bank to try to open her own account, it's like laughable.
But quickly, it is quite apparent that Akash's wife cannot handle herself around the aura that is Nav.
That we love you, but I actually love you in one of all of them.
Oh hell no. Oh hell no.
Oh my god.
Said that in front of him.
And he just took it.
He is.
I mean, just look
God.
at
No balls.
Women say stuff with a smile on there. And look at her. She's so happy. She's like, I married a winner. Look at her.
the eye contact between them and how awkward Akash looks. I mean, she really almost slipped up and straight up said that she wanted to bang this guy.
Can I say this is the best husband I've ever seen? And I'm not even saying that hyperbolically. It's a little annoying.
And other than the blatant cuckery, she makes it apparent that she is the most ungrateful wife to this guy. And as a matter of fact, she does not even want to celebrate his own birthday with him using his own money.
May the 4th is Akash's birthday. And
May the 4th be with you.
Yes.
Yeah, and every year I dread it because I have to be nice the whole day and I have to get him something. Listen, I'm just used to being treated like a princess all day, every day. So that one day that I don't.
Oh, what torture.
Yeah.
And so, of course, she got a lot of backlash over this. I mean, even the most staunch feminist out here was saying, like, please do not make me defend a man. Obviously, Myron was out here roasting the shit out of them collectively. And this was their airhead response to all the attention that they've been garnering.
But I will say, our haters are kind of really fucking dumb because you hating on us gained me 15,000 followers.
God, women are so stupid. You really
15,000.
not all publicity is good publicity. And
Crazy.
That's
You did
organic
it.
followers.
15,000
So it's
followers.
like you're just giving us more relevancy. Like we were literally a pop culture topic and like people couldn't stop talking about it.
Yes, your haters will totally make you famous. I'm sure they aren't just watching the house burn down from afar.
Right.
And I feel like everyone has that dumbass friend who pauses them in the middle of a conversation to say, yo, bro, this conversation's great. We should totally have a podcast. You and me. You're right, bro. Everyone's got to hear this. And I really think that that's how this stupid ass podcast started. Akash, don't tell me you built that studio, my guy. I mean, straight
Oh yeah, he definitely did.
up, they need
She
to
ain't got
start
no
giving
money.
out IQ tests before they will sell you a microphone. And I'm just saying, guys, like being someone whose job is online in the fashion that mine is, I would never date an influencer chick or even a girl who has any sort of aspirations of online fame. It would just be way too big of a liability for reasons like this, and I definitely would not.
yeah, but here's the problem. And I do understand that. I wouldn't really recommend it. But the issue nowadays is that any woman can become an influencer overnight. So even if you get a girl with no social media, if you're famous, she can be famous by being your abuse victim. That's what we saw with Crowder.
Yeah.
She was a
Yeah.
nobody, and then tomorrow now she's Crowder's ex-wife abuse victim.
I want
Exactly.
someone who sits at home all day spinning.
Okay. Let's pull up the clip really quick.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so Schultz is going to talk about why he doesn't like his wife.
So basically to set the scene, before the podcast was starting, Akash's wife was in their studio like studying because she was still in school, computer science school or whatever. And they were ready to get the podcast started. And I think Schultz like said some offhanded comment to her, basically like, get up and move. We're about to start the podcast. And she didn't take it well. And she got an attitude. And then she must have said something to Akash, and she's texting him like while they're recording. And Akash doesn't know that they're recording yet. So this is kind of like behind the scenes,
Oh,
ending
it's
up
like
being on the scene drama.
okay. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yes. How was that rude, Akash? Yeah.
It's kind of rude.
Why was it rude?
It's kind of rude.
Oh my! Of course, this guy comes in. Come on.
Right.
Akash, was it rude?
This is why you feel so crazy when you learn about this stuff and like because it's like you're not only fighting women, but you're also fighting the simps that will defend. They'll like die on the hill of a average at best, like maybe cute chick. It's just crazy.
Care.
Right.
I'll do it when I get home. I will. I mean, like,
Oh, you should leave it in. You should start right
Hold
now.
on, hold on, hold on.
Lord.
Hold on. Hold on,
definitely
hold
don't
on.
leave it in.
Before we start, because we already started, but was that rude? Was that rude? First of all, something that I learned today that I had only heard in rumors prior was that Akash's girl does not like young Hezzy
Really?
at all.
Really?
I felt a vibe.
I don't
no,
blame
she
her.
don't like you.
Oh my God.
No, she don't like you.
Why? Why is that?
And I even gave Akash like a little fake ass compliment. Like, remember when they were doing the podcast, and I was like, man, he waited for you. Like, I've been trying to whatever. You know how you try to pick, promote your boy.
Yeah.
When she don't like you, ain't no brainer.
Hey, bro, feelings mutual.
I'm not
You know
gonna.
what I mean?
I'm not gonna hold you. I felt the vibes, bro.
The vibes were there.
I
But wait,
felt the
was that
vibes.
rude when I just said we'll wait for Akash's girl? I said we'll wait as long as she needed. We'll wait.
Yeah, that's it, like that.
That's not how you said it.
But that's how I meant. How'd it come out?
Like get the
All
guy.
right, we'll wait.
It was like, all right, we'll wait.
That's the all right, we'll wait plus the pause.
But
But
she
then
was-
it's like, all right, we'll wait. And they just stare at you.
I don't know what she was. What was she? She was doing homework or something. Oh.
So you kicked her out while she was doing work.
Son, I just looked over the computer and it looked like she was coding or some shit, and I was like, bro, we got a podcast to do. It's already quite late. It'd be a very entertaining interview with
And
Akash
then
and
you
his girl
gotta
on horrible
double down.
decisions.
That's what makes
Yeah.
you ain't shit.
Yeah, that's wild, bro. I ain't
Hold
going
on.
for it. I'll be telling
Okay, so he doesn't like her because she basically has main character syndrome. She's holding up the show. He
Yep.
tells her to move, and then these two white knights are defending her.
Yep.
You got to feel crazy as a man. You got to
I-
feel crazy in this society because you'll be 100% in the right. Like, he's the most famous person on this podcast. Like,
Right.
these guys don't have the audacity to tell him anything.
Exactly. It's crazy work.
And they're dying on the hill of some mid chick.
Hold on.
Like if that was my girl, like we'd have to have words. Like, okay.
Why you spicing this up?
I'm not
bro?
even spicing it up.
We
Like
got
I
it.
just
We love it.
It
Let's
was
go.
one of those things. I was just like, what?
Yo,
Yeah.
Akash,
No, and the reason it's awkward is not because of what he said, but it's because of how she reacts. Like women like this get offended so easily. And you see the attitude on their face and it makes the whole room like so awkward. But it's
Mhm.
not because of what he said, it's because she overreacted. Because I think that's women's best tool because men respond really easily to shame.
Right. And now Akash is like in the doghouse pretty much with his fiance, and it's just like he put himself in a bad situation because he doesn't have control over his girl.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me
explain to me what's going on, because I don't get it.
Yo,
And now
Oh,
you're
bro.
pitting Akash
And
against
I-
me like he got to do something.
I'm not putting nobody against
and
nobody.
I
I
said,
was like,
Kaz in the corner. I know you high or
I'm
something.
so, no,
Because
I'm,
you
I'm not high
really?
at all. I'm
Oh,
super
okay.
sober.
He's like just been super chill the whole
I'm
episode.
no, I had to watch the show. We're taping the
Cass
show right
just goes,
now.
I'm super sober, and then he picks up a half-drink bottle of water. Like that meant the rest of the day he could have not done anything. That's how you know he's high.
No, I was chilling. 'cause
sober,
I was-
look.
Yeah. Cooked. Is there anything else in this or no? Is it just
I mean, they kind of go on for a little bit about the conversation.
do you think it's worth watching the rest of it or no?
I think there's a little more detail
more?
that you can get like up to the 5-minute mark, and then it kind of
Okay.
I have
I'm
4
watching the
sips,
show, and my segment was on the show, so I had to make sure it went like I thought it was gonna go.
Gotcha.
Went off.
You
I
ain't
was
hit
like,
the pen
"Alright, cool."
before you came in?
I didn't know. I'm not
All right,
sober. I
Akash,
wish.
listen,
I had a
you know
long
I'm
day. I
mad
wish I was high,
respectful
bro.
of people's girls, yo. Mad respectful.
You respectful and then
Yeah.
you won't ever hit on them or flirt with them.
I don't hit on them. I don't flirt with them. I try to make you look good in front of you. If you're my homie, I always try to make you look good. I always try to make you look like the man, make you look faithful.
Well, he is faithful. I
He
give him
is
that.
faithful, but I'm saying I'm mad respectful. But you thought that was disrespectful.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm always like, am I being a bitch if I think this is I don't want to be no whipped yet. And I was like, she probably upset by that, and I could see how. But
on another level, it's like homework is for home. You know what I mean?
I mean, not to play devil's advocate, but
Oh,
we've definitely had people
of course you're gonna play devil's
here
advocate.
during taping plenty
We
of
ain't
times.
doing it with her
And
here.
it's
I know she
never-
hates me. We just gonna have me in the back of the room. Like, come on, bro.
It would have been great content.
It would
Been
have.
great content.
It would have for maybe 2 of y'all.
Oh, it's not so comfortable
But the
anymore,
rest
huh?
of the listen,
It's not so
I care about the assholes, y'all.
Actually,
Y'all
when
can
said
entertain
it, dude,
yourself.
I felt a little relief because I was like, oh, okay, I'm not.
No, it wasn't just you. Like I was just sitting there.
I'll just deal with it when I get home or whatever.
I'm sure you will.
No, but my bad. Like, I honestly didn't think it was rude. I thought
Women psychologically torture men to the point that they literally think that the wife can do no wrong.
Right.
Like, women play these mental like gymnastics and mind games, and it's like the guy is just a shell of himself by the time he gets through the relationship.
Yep.
Yeah, keep it
honestly.
please,
Honestly,
yes.
If it's my
yo,
friend's
Alex,
girlfriend,
you shouldn't invite her back in and ask her if it was her. Yo,
Stuff that nigga.
Stupid crabs in a barrel, bro. This is just
Stuff that nigga, man.
yo, man. We can't win, bro. You know what I mean?
if it's a friend's girl, like
Yeah.
with Sarah, I always made sure she liked me, and there was no. Not only am I not gonna hit on her, like, because then I know it's just shit for you to put up with. And I've been the asshole friend.
Yeah.
And I see how that causes fights, and then at a certain point, I was like, oh, I just need to make sure this is always smooth. As
What I ever do that was bad?
I don't think you've done anything.
Oh,
bad.
I remember the one thing.
Yeah.
But that
Wait. You can't just trail off on that
Yeah, I
one. I
know.
need details on that. No, this not.
They ain't even trying to tell us.
I can tell Akash is serious because he was like, no.
It,
Boys
it
got
wasn't
mad
even
low.
intentional. Like it wasn't even intentional. Admit
Oh,
it wasn't
man.
intentional.
No, I've definitely been you before. I've definitely been the friend that my friend's girl was like, I don't like when you hang out with him,
Yeah, nobody liked me.
which is fine. You get that.
Nobody's friend, nobody's
But I would-
girlfriend
I
likes
wouldn't
me.
make it. This is the pressure that he put him under.
Oh, you got
control text.
Look at the pressure.
Okay, what do you think is the ratio of if you meet 10 guys, how many are simps and how many are red pilled?
I would say like eight out of 10 guys are gonna be simps.
Yeah.
Pressure you put under this man,
Yo,
bro.
son, his thumbs are moving Goku speed right now, bro. Look at this shit.
He's
Akash
texting
is
her right
in the-
now.
in the
Okay.
night-
you go.
He's got to appease her to
Yeah,
make sure
damage
she's not
control.
pissed when you get home. God
Yep.
damn. Well, Akash is cooked.
Yep.
So, sorry, Akash. I hope things go better for you, but I just don't see this. I see this as over. Do you have any other diagnosis here?
Yeah, Akash, like you said, he's cooked. As far as his marriage goes, I think he's gonna continue to try and work at the marriage. He's gonna try and continue the marriage, but ultimately, I think it's gonna fall apart. I don't think that this woman is marriage material. I don't think that she has the ability to sustain a marriage. But unless he continues to put up with it, which I mean, it looks like he's fine putting up with it. I see them as a couple who probably end up staying together on paper, but she's gonna have a lot more freedom to do what she wants, especially if this podcast gets going. She's gonna be traveling, and eventually, when she's on the road, she's gonna sleep with another guy. I mean, it's obvious at this point. If she has to do any live shows or anything like that, and she's on the road, she's 100% gonna sleep with another guy, and then that's where we're gonna, see where the fork in the road is, and if he's gonna put up with it, or if he's going to absolve her of her quote unquote mistake and continue to support her entertainment aspirations.
Yeah, I recommend a divorce for her. If you're watching, I think you should get divorced. Take that man out of his misery. You clearly don't want to be there. I would hope that you wouldn't steal his money, but I know you will. But I actually think it'll be better for him because he'll at least get the peace of mind and then make more money after.
Yeah.
In terms of who I would recommend you go for, Tika, I think you should be an industry hoe. I think that would be a very good role for you. I think there's a lot of men that have an Indian, like they're into the Indian chicks. I
yeah.
recommend maybe some athletes. She was into white frat boys. I think you could do well with finance men. You know, they kind of like the India, like the traditional background.
Right.
What would you recommend for her?
So I definitely think that she's gonna have to go for a guy who's super green, who's not gonna judge her based off of being in the prior marriage. So I definitely think that she has a lane with the finance bros, but if she's not able to secure a marriage from them, she's probably going to end up being a side bitch. And she reminds me of that Sadia Khan
Oh yeah.
side bitch vibe. So,
She would be good at that though, because
yeah,
you
when
don't
she gets caught, she's gonna rub it in the wife's face.
Yeah. I think that's a very good role for her. And that's when you don't have to cook or clean as a side bitch.
Yeah,
And you can pop that, I mean, they don't really care if you're messing with other guys. So
exactly.
I recommend that for you. I think she's just in the wrong position. I think like they just gave her a job she wasn't really qualified for, and now it's showing. So there are jobs that you could fit in, and I'm sure there is a referral process. So I think you could do okay.
Yep, she should have just kept her mouth closed because she was in a good situation. Now she done fucked it up.
No, I don't think so because no, hear me out. It's like imagine if you put an unqualified woman in a CEO position and you just see them crash out. They don't have the skills, they're not ready. And they could have shut up, but like the stress of the position, it just,
Yeah.
she's gonna fail sooner or later. So I think she should just accept it and go be a side chick.
Yeah.
You can still get resources as a side chick. A lot of girls do. Um,
A married woman's worst enemy is boredom. So if your wife is sitting there at home, you're going on tour, you're traveling, you're doing the comedy thing, and she's at home and she's bored, that's when she's going to start getting these fantastical ideas. And that's when she's going to really start making it look like you're getting played, which he
what
is.
what would you recommend for him? Like how could he have retrospectively made it so she wasn't bored? What would you recommend he had done with her?
So because she doesn't have children, she can travel with you. Now, I know that could be annoying. So you probably want to have split room situation. It's another expense and she's going to be more present. But the way he talking like I love my wife, da 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 da, that's probably something that he would have dealt better with, because leaving her at home has led to where we're at today. And she was probably already like that in the beginning. But
Mhm.
a woman who's as fast as she is, and who not only is getting flashbacks of nostalgic moments where she was in the frat house getting ran through, she needs something to do. Maybe honestly, she probably should have kept her computer science job and just kept working. I know, she probably would have developed a work husband or some situation like that. But I think it's far better for her to shut up and have the work husband at the work where nobody knows about than her to get online on social media and talk about the sexual escapades that she had in her college years.
Yeah, I totally agree. Well, thank you so much for coming on today. I appreciate your input. Somebody's got to help these guys out. Where can they find you?
Absolutely. So you can find me on YouTube, hashtag Reclaim Your Throne, all one word. Reclaim Your Throne on Instagram, on TikTok, and Reclaim D1 on X. So check me out.
Cool. Well, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you as well. Peace.
All right, guys. So essentially, Akash is kind of cooked. And I don't see this going well for him. I really would recommend a divorce. But I agree. I don't think they'll do it. So, anyways, guys, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.